Hello again, everybody. Welcome to the results from the November of 2015 Bombing and Gunnery competition for DCS World. The competition ran for 5 days. It featured 2 separate categories. One, dive bombing, that required 3 separate CCIP deliveries on a target, and then aerial gunnery, which featured 3 passes on a target Sukhoi 27 aircraft. Now, we had a total of 18 competitors in the bombing category. The aircraft of choice seemed to be the A-10, with a couple of people using Sukhoi 25s and MiG-29s, and the results were very good considering the high altitude restriction that was in place. Everybody released anywhere from about 5 to 8,000 feet above ground level, and out of 54 total releases, the average miss distance from the center of the tank target was only 21 feet. Now, on the aerial gunnery side of things, there was a lot more variety in the type of aircraft that people chose, and I really thought when I set this up the choice of aircraft would be more of a factor than it ended up being, but it ended up that the top 3 scores came in 3 different aircraft, so that was surprising to see. And out of the 10 competitors, who were all firing for long range, 1,000 feet was the minimum range, had a hit percentage of 59% out of 1,265 total rounds fired. So if you didn't give this a shot yourself, believe me, that's pretty good shooting by all the competitors here. But now to get straight into the results, I'll start with the team category that I always include in these, and this time we had one such entry, and that was in the bombing category, and the winner was the 476th Virtual Fighter Group, represented by Stuka, Recon Stewart, Howie, and Kimi. And one thing that you can always count on from these guys, you can almost hear them calling out the proper radio calls to the range control officer as they fly the perfect range patterns, and well, the results were pretty good too. Stuka took the top spot in the 476 with a 17-foot average miss distance, so again, well done. And now, moving on to the individual winners in the aerial gunnery category. We'll start with 3rd place. And we have Mbot, the master mission designer for DCS, flying the F-15C. He got off all 150 rounds, scoring 112 hits, 75% hit percentage, and then topped it off with some very slick formation flying at the very end. Very fun to watch, and well done to Mbot. Now in 2nd place, we have Midnight in the F-86 Sabre, scoring 128 hits total. That's 96% hit percentage for him, and very smooth flying, very smooth tracking of the target. It was very well done, as you can see. And then the winner for the aerial gunnery competition, with 144 hits out of 145 total rounds fired. He missed 1 round on his very first pass, 99% hit percentage here, and that's 104th Stooge. I hope I pronounced that correctly, but he's flying the Sukhoi 27, and he did just a remarkable job of estimating his range throughout this entire thing. The competition was set up with a minimum range of 1,000 feet or 305 meters in the Sukhoi, and he managed his closure rate and was able to very accurately estimate, probably using the range indicator on his gun sight, never firing from further away than 1,143 feet. In fact, when he cut off firing on his 3rd pass, he was within 3 feet of busting the limit. So that's some great flying, that's some great use of systems, and all I had was the TACVIEW replay on this, but it was still fun to watch. And now moving on to the individual competition in bombing. This was dominated by the A-10 pilots, and the top 3 competitors all had average miss distances within 10 feet of the tank. Considering that the tank is only 11 feet long, that's just really remarkable. In 3rd place, we have 408 X-Ray, with very consistent scores of 9, 6, and 15 feet for an average miss of 10 feet. And he used a relatively shallow dive angle, nosing over, approaching the target. That was very effective in this case, so well done. In 2nd place, we have Frisco 1522, and he flew in the A-10A model, the Flaming Cliffs version of the A-10, and he made 3 remarkable passes. The first one was, at the time I scored it, the closest impact to the aim point at the exact middle of the tank I had seen. I scored it at 1 foot for a total average of 5 feet. Now, before the competition started, I would have said that anybody scoring a 5-foot average miss is your winner, so this is just a very good result, and well done to Frisco. But he was edged out by exactly 1 foot. I scored these 1st and 2nd place deliveries several times just to be sure, but it always came out very clearly that the winner was exactly 1 foot closer. And the winner is Pitbull Vicious, who on his 2nd release had an impact exactly. I mean, I could not come to any other conclusion than that this was exactly on the aim point. A perfect score on his 2nd release, and his 1st and 3rd releases were scored at 6 feet. on both of them. So just remarkably good results, remarkably consistent, and he did use a very high dive angle, anywhere from 55 to 65 degrees on all three releases, and he managed to hit exactly 1G at the release point on all three releases. That means that he was just flying the aircraft steadily, letting the pipper just naturally walk through the targets, and then when the target coincides to the pipper location, release the weapon. So congratulations to Pitbull Vicious and all the competitors. Again, very nice job by everybody involved. Now the two winners, Stooge and Pitbull Vicious, are going to get the DCS module of their choice, present or future. And if you want to see where you placed or how you fared, the complete results are going to be at the forum post that includes the rules. I'll have a link to it in the video description below. I'll have the spreadsheet that I used for scoring, and it's going to include a lot more information than just the distances. If you're a numbers person and want to really dig into things, then, well, have a ball. There's a lot of stuff for you to look at here. But folks, for now, that's going to do it for this month's competition. The next one I'm planning to have up in January. It'll include something very similar to this, maybe a few more aircraft choices to go along with this, and then maybe something a little bit special on the Nevada Test and Training Range for folks who own that. But for now, congratulations again to the winners and all the competitors. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you next time.